Here he is. Morning, sunshine.
How are you?
All good, you?
Very well, thank you.
What's the plan for today then?
A little bit overwhelmed from yesterday's video, to be honest with you. I've had some unbelievable messages of support and people saying the honesty and the raw truth and, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's a car behind you. I have had a few dicks, obviously, message me, which I expected, but the dicks, there's two of them. There's about 50, 60 people who've messaged me voices of support. But today is about day one, basically. Setting the goals for the next month and the next steps I'm going to take to make sure that I ensure everything gets sorted correctly. All of my earn and learn partners are sorted. Making a full list, documentation, contacting everybody. What I should have done 6 months ago, but I buried my head in the sand, and yeah, can't dwell on the past, got to concentrate on the future. And my bicep is still disfigured. I'm bottling the operation because I'm not good when it comes to needles. Literally run out of cash, mate. I have less than £100 in my bank account, so I need £100 to sort it out. I own 740 units across the UK. Can't refinance because they're all equited up to 75%. In the shit here, mate. Anything that you can suggest or anything that you can figure out, just need to get through the next 3 months, everything will be back to normal.
Right, guys. We have lost Steve, so I'm on the hunt to go and find him. I think he's dealing with a little situation and he's walked out, so I'm on the hunt to go and find him now. And I'll keep you guys updated when I find him. But this is what it's got me doing.
Yeah, you lost me, didn't you?
Yeah, I found you.
Yeah, I had a very, very, very serious situation going on. I'm here now at, just a building you're looking at. I'm about to go in and speak to my financial advisor. I have a meeting with her. Today's been stressful.
Well, I wouldn't say a mentee, but they're not a mentee. She's just a lady who I sourced the property for. She's just had a quote come through for her kitchen of £4,920.67p, which is outrageous, and that is not going to happen.
There he is. How are you today?
We forgot the high vises,
Oh no.
so we've had to come and get some because we can't go on site, health and safety. I have a site visit today at one of my HMOs, and the closest place to get my high vises from one of my units was the opposite direction, which was 45 minutes. So I thought it's just easier to grab 15 new ones. We've got 14 people coming to the site visit. The site visit program is exceptional. Let me explain it to you shortly. We're on site. Now, when it comes to my site visit program, my members come down, I give them a tour of the latest project, I give them updates of what's going on. So one here today, we've just had the windows fitted. Now the original price for the windows came in at just over £10,000. That was supply and fit. By the time we'd done negotiations, it came back at £6,200. Now that's the price to me, obviously, because I have just basically spoke to them, had conversations, I know what the prices should be. Then also we've got the first fix electrics probably 90% done. The kitchen hasn't been done because the layout of the kitchen hasn't been decided yet. That'll be decided on Monday. En-suites have been partitioned off. We've got the first fix plumbing that's been done in there as well. We've got plasterboarding being done. Now because this is a HMO, it's different regulations from a normal buy-to-let. So you've got the red plasterboards, or should I say the pink plasterboards, sorry, not the red plasterboards. Pink plasterboards, which are the ones that go around steels, the ones that need to be in communal areas, the ones that need to be on the ceilings. We've got the grey plasterboards, which are the ones that you use in your normal buy-to-let and your normal residentials. And then we've got the green ones, and you can also get them in a very, very, very light blue, which are the moisture boards, which go into bathrooms and en suites, and you can tile straight onto them. We've got to talk about configuration, we've got to talk about room sizes, we've got to talk about space, gardens when it comes to HMOs. Do I need a garden that is 70 foot long? Not in a HMO. Parking, if you're going for planning, this is going to be exempt because it's been done under a housing association. So even though this is an Article 4 area, we do not need planning permission to have a property as a HMO. All of this is stuff that I teach and they learn over a few hours that we stay here. Every single month I do this. So if you guys want to join my site visit program and you want to get educated correctly, drop me a message. My email is below and I will contact you personally. Just making sure where the property's at. We're half an hour away from the site visit program starting. Got to make sure that everything's okay as well for people to walk around. There's no obstructions. There's no things that could fall on their heads, basically. I have to make sure the health and safety side of it is done correctly. But first and foremost, I'm walking around to make sure that I'm happy with where everything is at. Okay? Very important. And yeah, it's going to be a great day today. I've got a viewing as well at 3 p.m. in Birmingham on a house that can be used for supported living. And when it comes to buying through Rightmove, it's not something I like. I like to have off market or someone reach out to me, but this property looks like it could be absolutely perfect. So you'll see me there as well. This silver foil that is behind these plastic pipes, that is for when the walls are plasterboarded and you want to hang a picture, a TV, a mirror on the wall. The person who comes in to do it for you can get their little mini metal detectors and they can see that they can't drill or put a screw in there because these are plastic pipes which lead to all of the heating around the house. And if they are pierced, obviously it causes a leak and a problem. So that's what this foil stuff behind everything you see in this property is for. A little bit of knowledge for you guys there. Next door's a HMO, this one here. That one's a HMO. That one there where it says the renting, that is it Joanne Properties? That's a HMO. That one was just finished recently. Literally, that's a HMO, that's a HMO, that's a HMO. That there is actually a member of the Property Circles HMO, that one there. 2 doors down's a HMO. Go right, the whole road's HMOs. I'm going to show you all this so you can see it. £6,200 is the price to do all these windows, supply and fit. Windows is the biggest discounted thing that you could ever get, okay? Because the first price that they come out of is 10, 12, 13, 14 grand. By the time they leave, it's 50% cheaper because the markup on windows and doors is outrageous. And I mean absolutely outrageous. So when you start getting your quotes for 10 grand on windows and doors, there's 50% discount somewhere, 40, 50% easy, okay? Can you see all the rubbish we've got here? We've not had a skip. If any of you watch my social medias, you'll understand. We haven't finished clearing out yet. So we need multiple skips. So that's the reason we haven't got a skip outside. We're gonna wait till we've got a skip full, order the skip, load it in, skip gets taken the same day. Even if the skip's full to the brim and you leave it outside the house, the next day you will have a fridge, a mattress and a bed and a sofa on top of the skip. You're responsible because they won't remove the skip. So understand that about skips. Right then guys, so very important piece of information for you. This is the kitchen and the communal living area. This equals 17.8 square meters, which is just the perfect size for it to be able to go into supported living. Now we're going to have the kitchen across here in a U shape, and then that's going to be more of a communal area. There'll be a sofa, there'll be a little table here for food, there'll be a TV on the wall over there, and this is the reason that there was a wall here, exactly here. You can see, well, it's probably from you like there. Can you see the different colour of the bricks here? That's where a wall was. And then there was a door leading into a bathroom down here. Carl is my contractor. He's my main guy. So I go to Carl and I say to Carl, Carl, build me a house. Refurb me a house. So Carl goes, yes, Steve. He comes out, does a quote, and he tells me this house is going to cost £80,000. From everything, okay? And then on Monday morning, he starts work. So you are now the plasterer, okay? This guy here is the carpenter. She's the tiler. And you're the electrician. So I come on site, see you guys around, I look at the plastering, great job. Look at the tiling, great job. First fix electrics is all done. Carpentry started, you can see the carpenter's got something about them. And we finished the project and it's all done and I give it a 9 out of 10. Okay? Then, how are you, mate? You okay?
Warning everybody, apologies, I'm late.
Don't worry. Are you okay?
How you doing, man?
I'm okay, mate. You good?
Yeah, no.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So, it's a 9 out of 10. Yeah? 9 out of 10. Then I say to Carl, right, Carl, I've got another one in 6 weeks. Come down, give me a price, let's get the job done. And you're no longer his worker. She's no longer his worker. He's no longer the worker. And his team behind him has changed. You might get a 10 out of 10 job. You might get a 6 out of 10 job because you're dealing with one contractor. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So if you're going to change contractors, it's that thing that people don't understand. A contractor's only as good as the workers that they actually have. So to say you're going to use the same contractor forever and a day is a little bit naive.
It's better to request for the specific ones they used for last time.
Yeah, but then you might have fell out, they might have fell out behind the scenes, or she might have got a better offer from somebody else with more money per day. You don't know.
Also, if the guy project manager is going to be there all the time, then if they see him doing shoddy work, you'd think you'd...
So you imagine this, you're the guy, you're in charge. She's been a 10 out of 10 tiler, so she's tiled a bathroom for you and it's perfect, and the bathroom tiles have cost 600 quid and she's charged you, you know, a grand or £1,500. Then she leaves you and he comes in, Isaiah's your new one, but Isaiah's not as good as her, but it's almost as good. Are you going to strip the tiles off the wall and pay for it all over again, or are you going to try and get it passed? Do you really?
It's 4 meters.
Okay, so it's a 4 metre extension by, what's the width?
.2.
2.2, so 4 by 2, okay? So it's an 8 metre extension. In today's market, you're probably looking at around £1,800 to £2,200 per metre for an extension. You need in HMOs? Fire doors. Now, some of you in here might not know this. What's the abbreviation for a fire door?
FD30, FD60.
Good, but that's not the actual real abbreviation. FRD. Fire rated doors. Ensuite here as well. So this is the ensuite. Now, I don't know if any of you can tell from where you are. Can you see the different colour boards in there? Can you see what colour that is? Okay, and then you can see the colour of that board there. And then there are some fire boards around that we'll show you as well. I think they're upstairs fitted, those are. But again, this is bedroom number 2, because bedroom number 1 is over there. You've got ensuite in the 2 downstairs. You've got an ensuite in the 1 next to you there. So there's 4 ensuites, and then the back one doesn't have an ensuite. So technically, if we wanted to, we could put a lock on that door and give just the back bedroom the key. So we're having one that's 300 litres instead of 250.
Okay.
And that'll run next to the boiler.
The boiler.
Yeah. It's going well today. Great turnout. It's been a while since I did a site visit. So this is the new season of the site visit program, and I'm in my element when I'm on site, and I'm teaching because I know what I'm great at, and property, education, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so you can see the smile on my face. It's kind of nice to be back. Okay, now gardens, as you can see, if this garden is to be renovated, refurbed, landscaped, whatever word you want to use, if you look at these fence panels here, these fence panels have got the concrete posts. So those ones there that you can see there, they're concrete, and usually you can have these ones, which is the timber. So you can have the timber with the timber panels, or you can have the concrete with the concrete. And then at the bottom, if you look, does anybody know what those are called? These things right at the bottom here. So if you count, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, probably 20 to get to the back of the garden, probably, roughly. You're looking at £2,500 just for that fence panels to be fitted and supplied there. Okay, that's just in fence panels. Then obviously you've got all of this tree lining here. If you was to do the same, that's another £2,500 on fence panels. Or you could cut all of that back and try and maintain it. Cheaper just to cut it all back and maintain it once a year, okay? Then you've got to think, well, what are you gonna do with all of this shit? So most people would slab it and then grass it. You're talking 10 grand. Easy, easy. So to get this garden into a decent shape, you'd be spending 15 to 20 grand. Grass here, slabs there, couple of fence panels painted, probably go away doing the garden for about 3 grand. With a HMO, they don't need that. Yeah. This is unreal. Spotted this property and I was like, yeah, this is one that works for everything that I want it to work for. And I've seen the first 4 rooms and yeah, it works. Just got back from the viewing and great property, really good property. It works as a 5-bedroom HMO, 4-bedroom guaranteed, 5-bedroom with a little bit of configuration. Got to figure out how to make a corridor to get into the kitchen. That was the problem. They've had an offer accepted. It's going to go above the 190. It's going to be 202. I need to figure out how to make it work. I can get £2,600 a month for that, so easily £32,000 a year. It's going to be 270 grand all in. Obviously it'll be bought on a buy to let. It's a great property. And I think that when Monday comes, they've said to me that they want me to put an offer in early morning. She's lovely, the girl is. She was like, we've had an offer accepted with another agency, dual agency, which means that the owners have listed it with one person and then another person or agent. And the other agents had an offer accepted. They let the viewings go ahead today. So we have got a little bit of, you know, leeway, but I think it's up for 190. It'll go for 202. Incredible. But yeah, catch you later.